What's up, guys? Alright, so I may be more rambly than normal here today, since I'm just trying to, I don't have the thoughts, I guess, fully formed, and I'm not sure I even want them to be. So I'm just going to kind of talk about what I've been thinking about. Since I recently, every year I get a physical, like you should too, if you don't, go do it. It's great to do, and get blood work done, and that's kind of where this conversation is going to talk about a bit and go from there. Got the blood results back. Freaking, I mean, kicking ass, man. It just, everything is really looking, just tremendous. So I am, real proud about that, and it's even improved, quite a bit, all the way across. So across the line for the last few years, especially after I've gone vegan. But one of the things we talked about, it's just like, now that I'm definitely in the middle-aged range, okay? There's no way around it. Let's face it, I'm by every definition a Gen Xer. I was born in the 70s, and so that's kind of in that age range. So now this is the weird thing. It's like, so now that my doctor is initiating conversations with me I haven't had before in my life, and so it's kind of weird, and it kind of gets you thinking about things. And in this year, we're going over my results, and again, I do have this done all the time and everything. We go back and talk about from the past, whatever you can dig up, and from when we first have done this. And one of the things he asked me is, because he's like, oh, listen, you're still within the good range of for your testosterone, but it is lower. There's no doubt about it. Just you're kind of just on pace, just like where of other guys, just of your age and everything. And let's face it, I think after 30 years old, it starts going down, and it starts coming down. He's like, yeah, well, what kind of? He's like, he started asking me questions about sex and everything like that. He's like, do you still have any problems, sex and everything? Well, then pretty much, this is where I should probably be way more honest than I should be here. But I'm like, oh, well, listen. And I'm like, yeah, let's face it, man. It's not like when I was in college or something, when, I could, I want to have sex 4 times a day and stuff, which, I literally did back then, the times. And so that's, it wasn't like an everyday thing, believe me. But, the thought of that now is just like, oh my God, there's no way I could even do that. That kind of stuff, it's not, whatever, my body is kind of, sadly, it's past that, it's like, as we started talking about, I guess, hell, my interest in those type of things has decreased from my youth. There's no doubt about it and everything. And so he brought up the, about hormone replacement, in this case, testosterone. He's like, listen, well, you're not low. He's like, or anything like that, you're still within that, whatever, it's like 400 to 900, I forget even how they measure it. I fucking left my goddamn paperwork at work. I was, and because I went right back to work afterwards, I was hoping to kind of delve into a little better than, with you guys, but, just talk about it. But anyway, I'm still within the healthy ranges now and everything. It even shows on the blood work, good, here's the low. I'm not in the low, and I'm certainly not in the high, though. And, in the past, I was way up there. So he's like, listen, it's kind of like, well, if you feel it's an issue, it's like we can talk about testosterone, and you can have it in the form of, you can either inject it, or like the cream, where they rub it on, and those type of things. So I'm like, okay, well, whatever. I'm glad to know there's options there, right? And it's just that he's willing to work with me as I age. So the thing is, it's kind of funny because I talking about some of my friends, like I know and everything, some of the guys at work, and holy shit, is actually, I had no idea. There's like a whole bunch of folks, much more than I thought, that are actually taking testosterone and stuff. People I never would have imagined. It's kind of led to one conversation. I told one person, and he's like, yeah, I actually use that cream or they use the patch or whatever they use. And I was like, really? No shit. I had, and he's like, oh yeah, also whatever. He told me some other, friend of ours that does and stuff. I'm like, oh my God. Dude, this kind of just blew me away. Because, I kind of look at things, and I'm sure like a lot of people who are in sports kind of look at things like testosterone, which are PEDs. as kind of a black and white issue, and I certainly did as well. And now it's kind of become a little more nuanced. I actually hate that fucking word, but sorry to drop that on you here. But I guess it's not so black and white. And so I was, it's just whatever, interested. I'm like, holy shit, yeah. They're like, oh yeah, man, it helps improve, my sex drive and those type of things. And I've actually even lost a little body fat. So these guys, it's kind of weird. These guys are just like you're not particularly active. And I'm not saying they're inactive. The kind of things they'll go play basketball with their sons and things like that. They still kind of active, but not exactly fat slobs either, or anything like that. They're not fat slobs. They're not in great shape. It's like these motherfuckers are actually taking shit that would make them fail a drug test, like in a competition drug test. Say at the IBJJF, if they're that dumb to take it, up to up to the event, they would fail the piss test. It kind of blew me away. And I was like, God damn, like all right, so where does the line get? It's drawn here for, like, say, jiu-jitsu competitors. In this case, let's talk about the masters. All right, the math is like, should I guess drug use, PEDs, be okay for, like, masters or something? I mean, or should a competitor say, I don't know what, if someone wants to compete, 45, 40, 50 years old, whatever. Obviously this person, say, still wants to have sex with their wife, right? I mean, there's no doubt about it. But they also want to compete in jiu-jitsu. But this taking it is definitely going to give them an advantage in BJJ. There's no doubt about it. I mean, testosterone is going to help improve strength. It's going to help improve recovering. So it's definitely. I mean, should it just be? Or should you be able to? I don't know what should there be a direction you go with this, or it's like no, if you use it, man, you have to choose. You have to choose between being able to still have sex with your wife at the age of 50 or jiu-jitsu. There's no two ways around it. Is that? Is it that black and white? I mean, should they be put in a situation to choose, or should, like, the masters just be open to kind of a free for all, or have a natural, unnatural, have a testosterone supplement supplementing testosterone division or something? I mean, I was kind of surprised, and I'm sure, and I think you guys will be as too. This is kind of like I ask quite a bit of people and everything, because whatever. As you can see, I'm a little more pretty open about this kind of shit than I probably should be. I'm telling the fucking world about my doctor visit here. So I don't know. What do you think? It just should it be okay for someone? It's like that kind of wants the best of all worlds. It's hey, I want to be a competitive jiu-jitsu practitioner, and I also want to have intimacy with my wife or something. Whatever, just throwing that as an example. Whatever your partner is, but so I don't know. It's kind of a tough thing. It just kind of leads me to think it's not so black and white as I made things in the past. Particularly, it did anger me when I was in college. When there's no doubt there's a guy in my position, and he was taking, and it kind of. And dude, I'm gonna be straight up with you, man. I mean, he leapfrogged me on the depth chart, and he deserved to be. And he was playing great. He's a good player, anyways. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it was just the steroids he was taking that made him good. He was a good player, but that shit didn't hurt to get him to leapfrog me. That's for damn sure. And so that made me angry back then, but because it seemed so unnecessary. But now I just, I look at it from a different angle as an aging man. And dude, I'm gonna be frank with you, man. If there's issues that arise with me, I'm gonna be taking the shit, dude. I don't, whatever. I don't. Yeah, I want it just part of my life. I don't want to go away. Just stuff like that. I'm not gonna be natural just for the sake of being natural if I can't have sex. It seems silly. I just, that's it's kind of part of being human. I believe so. And let's face it, man. I mean, even though I'm just like every other guy in that respect, and you watch testosterone levels drop over the years, ever since I've been taken. I mean, yeah, I'm on that trajectory. Eventually, at some point, I'm gonna have to make that decision. And you know, so you know, we'll see. And I'm not gonna, again, I'm not gonna say no, I'm gonna be natural. You know, I'll be frank with you right now. If it gets to a point where, you know, I'm unable to have sex, yeah, I'm gonna be taking testosterone. And you know, but that at that point, I mean, you know, whatever, we'll see. Again, so I just don't know. Is that, but then at the same time, it's like, you know, granted, I've only competed in one jiu-jitsu tournament in my life, so I'm not like a, you know, hardcore competitor by any stretch or anything like that. So you know, so it probably won't even, you know, affect me, you know, if I ever decide to go back to doing that. But you know, but those are things like I'd like to know if I'm competing against someone who's on testosterone, though. That's for sure. Being, you know, that's a natural, and I'm sure you guys would too. So I don't know. So where do you draw the line? How do you incorporate this in there? Just or do you not just say no? Choose, you know, either you're yeah, you're fully functional. You know, choose either you take testosterone and you could be fully functional, you know, sex with your, you know, your wife, partner, whatever you want, whatever it is, girlfriend, you know, over time, or you choose jiu-jitsu and just, you know, you just have to be, you know, fucking Mr. Limp Dick. And but hey, you get to choose, you get to be in BJJ tournaments. So I don't know. Anyways, guys, that's my ramble. I just kind of wanted to, you know, just think about that as well as shaving the head today. So and so after I took the shower, came out, turned the camera on, and decided to talk about it. And now I want you to see if we can get your 2 cents and you know, where to draw the line on this, or don't draw the line. So all right, guys, thanks for watching. If you have yet to subscribe to this channel, please do. We'll talk to you soon. Ooosss.